Hello. I'm going to try this again. I did this video one day last week, and apparently you could only hear me when it was live, but not on the posted video later, so I thought I would try it again. More gold has been mined from the thoughts of man than has ever been mined from the earth. And so this is from John Maxwell. How Successful People Think. Anything by John Maxwell is really good. And he has some thoughts here on how to become a better thinker. And there are 6 here. And the first one is to expose yourself to good input. So reading good books, listening to podcasts, listening to speakers, any of those kinds of things are going to expose you to the right kind of input that you want to hear. The second one is to expose yourself to good thinkers. So thinking about who do you know that have a good mindset, that are thinking good things that you would want to be around. That would be a good thing to get with those people. Third one is to choose to think good thoughts. And this one was neat because it mentions the CEO, is it the president of Chick-fil-A. So he had asked Dan Cathy, the president of Chick-fil-A, if he made thinking time a high priority. And this is what he said. But not only did he say yes, but he told me about what he calls his thinking schedule. It helps him to fight the hectic pace of life that discourages intentional thinking. Dan says he sets aside time just to think for half a day every 2 weeks, for 1 whole day every month, and for 2 or 3 full days every year. So Dan explains, this helps me to keep the main thing, since I am so easily distracted. So I thought it was interesting that someone who is very successful, that he finds it important to take time out of his busy schedule to sit and have positive thinking. The fourth one is act on your good thoughts. So if you have a good idea, don't wait. Go ahead and implement it right away, because the longer that time goes on, the less likely you're actually going to do anything about it. The fifth one is to allow your emotions to create another good thought. So once you get going and you come up with one thing, you'll be able to keep going and come up with other ideas at the same time while you're in this process. And the sixth thing was to repeat the process. So think about your daily routine and when you can regularly schedule thinking time, so time that you won't be distracted. And I have another, let's see how many tips it was. 5 tips on putting yourself in the right place to think. So if you would like those tips, shoot me a message and I will get those to you. See you tomorrow.